So it's been a while. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's so lovely to see you guys all again. It has been probably like a year since I posted on YouTube, so hey everyone. My name is Katy and I'm a small business owner, and I like to specialise mainly in illustrating architecture, landscapes, destinations. That is my vibe. But I'm also on this channel to not just share with you my art process, but also share some small business tips and some ways of making your life a little bit easier. In today's video, what we are going to do is we're going to be taking pictures of my Christmas card range. Well, Christmas card, and I've done some Christmas wrap that is just sort of chilling on the side there. Yeah, so we're going to be taking photos of these ready for Etsy and my website, and also a few for Instagram too. You know, it's good to have backups when you don't really know what else to post, so you can just post your products. I'll be talking you through how I do it, the whole process, what equipment I use, what I like to do in terms of taking photographs, any tips that I've got, and then also my editing process as well, because to be honest with you, I think the editing process of photos is probably more important than the photos themselves, because you can really change a photo in the software that you use. Let's start off with the products I'm going to be using today to take photos of my Christmas card collection. So I'm going to be using my iPhone to take the photos with, because I actually recently got the iPhone 13 Pro, and oh my gosh, whoa, the quality is amazing. I'm actually recording this video on that now, and yeah, so I don't really need to use a camera unless I'm taking really close-up shots of things, or if I want a particular style of photo. I think the second thing is I have studio lights, and they are by this brand. Never mind the box. I just got them off Amazon, and if I'm being completely honest with you, I would not recommend them. They don't any longer screw on to the actual stands, so I just pretty much have to have them standing on objects like they are right now. I mean, if you could see what they were like on the other side, then yeah, that would explain a lot. So I don't particularly recommend this brand, just because they kind of become a bit worn, and I've only had them about 8 months. And I also use a camera tripod, which is actually on my desk now, which is by the brand Acron. Oh my gosh, best tripod I have ever used. I've never used a tripod like this before. Like, I have bought so many tripods. I've bought so many from so many places, different places like Amazon, Aldi, Asda, Tesco. Like, I have bought them from everywhere, and they've all been cheap, yeah, great, but they've all been crap. So yeah, so this one was a bit of an investment, because I think it retails about £100, but wow, it lasts, and it's strong, it's sturdy, and it pretty much does the job, and I'm so pleased with it. So I would highly recommend getting one. And then the other thing that I like to use sometimes is actually this tripod. This isn't actually my tripod, it's actually my boyfriend Scott's tripod, but it's still brilliant. It actually is really good for taking photos and videos if you don't want to have like a desk shot, because obviously the tripod is stuck to the desk, so you might not actually want to get that kind of shot. You might want to get a shot maybe over a bed or over your dining room table or something, and you kind of need something that's a little bit more adjustable. So highly would recommend one of these. The next thing is actually mount board. So I've got loads and loads of different coloured pieces of mount board that I like to use. I can't really remember where I got these from, to be honest, but you can find them pretty much online anywhere. I've got loads of different colours, and I'm actually going to be using a light blue, just because I think that would really suit this kind of collection. And I kind of like more subtle colours when it comes to mount board. I have got some really bright ones, and whenever I try to use them, I'm always a bit like, oh, I don't think that's my vibe. And then the most exciting products that I like to use, yeah, it's not a shoebox, and it's not, well, no, it is a shoebox, but there's not shoes inside. It's all of my Christmas bits and bobs that I bought last year. So we've got I actually made that last year, which I think works well in photographs. I've got some baubles, I've got some pretty little snowflakes that I pretty much just pick these up whenever they're on sale after the Christmas period, and stock up with them. And also these count as a business expense, guys, so you know, if you've got to get some extra Christmas decorations, you know what you can do. These are pretty much all from Poundland, Primark, B&M, Paper Chase and all that, but they kind of make a massive difference when it comes to product photography. It can actually help to draw people's eye in a little bit more because they've got sort of things around it to sort of bring the attention to that product. And yeah, it kind of just allows you to bring a bit more of your brand's personality as well. Like if that's something that you really like and you want to share with your customers, maybe you could put, you know, when you're taking photography, for example, of your Christmas products, maybe you could include like your favorite bauble, because that's representing a little bit of you and a little bit of your brand. And photography is a great way of showing off who you are. They're all the products that I'm going to be using today to take the photographs with. And just to give a little bit more information, what I do currently have is I have a window that's facing me right now, which will be bringing a lot of light onto the desk. Then I also have my studio lights as well, because I don't feel like at the moment natural light is enough. Just because of the time of year that we're in, it's kind of a little bit dark and you kind of need those extra lights to just give that oomph. But I would recommend, if you can, to try and photograph with natural light coming in, because it really does make a difference in the editing process. It makes images a lot less grainy, I've found, if you've got a window nearby and studio lights. So if that's possible for you, definitely recommend that, because that's the kind of setup that I've got going on here. But other than that, let's start taking the photographs. So here is my workstation. So it looks really messy right now, but what I've done is I've put the mount board sheet on the desk, and then I've got one of my lights up here, and then the other one I'm probably going to put around here somewhere. What I like to do is I just like to lay out loads of different options of how I want to style up the photos. So I've kind of laid out an option here which is going to be of all the 4 cards, and then I'm going to probably place the presents and the wrap in different areas to give a bit more space. But this is probably a photo I'm probably going to end up like using on Instagram. It's not really maybe one that I'll use on Etsy. But yeah, I just set up the light there, a light here, and then I just get taking those pictures. So now I've taken all of my photographs, what I like to do is upload them all to my computer and start editing them on Lightroom. I really recommend you using Lightroom. I think it's an amazing app for doing photo editing. It helps to just make your photos look so much more professional, so much more like crisp, and it really helps to sort of give you a real feel on how you can really uplift your photography skills without necessarily having like an amazing camera, because remember, all these photos were taken on my iPhone. So with this photograph, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fiddle around with all of the different bars. I normally like to have quite a high exposure just because I like the background colour to be quite light. And then I normally play around with the whites and the blacks, and also shadowing as well, because I don't particularly like too much shadowing in my pictures, but I don't mind a little bit, but I don't like too much. And then I also play around a little bit with the texture, and also like to sharpen the photograph just so it's a little bit more crisp, and maybe not as like blurry maybe as what it was before. Sometimes I find that doing that with iPhone pictures really helps to make them look a little bit more professional. Now I've created this preset, what I normally like to do is just create the preset on Lightroom. I'm going to call this one Christmas preset. And now that's saved, what I can actually do is go on to any of my other photos and just apply that preset that I've created straight away. This is such a good thing to do. It saves me so much time. It makes my photographs actually look really great because they all look the same, because they've all got the same preset, and it just opens my time up to do other things and not be sitting around editing every single photograph. So definitely recommend doing that. I think my biggest tip when it comes to taking product photography would actually be to make sure that you're always bringing your own brand identity into the photography. If that's through the editing process, or it's how you take the photographs, or the background or the props that you use, this will really help to make your product photography look like you and look like your brand. Hopefully you learnt a little bit. Let me know how you found this video and if this style of video worked for you. If you want things in even more detail, let me know. Sometimes I feel like I don't give enough, but yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video and you got some information on how to take photographs of your products. A little shameless plug, but my Christmas cards are now actually available on my website and Etsy. The link will be in the bio, so if you are interested in purchasing any of those products, then that would be amazing. And yeah, if you did enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. Oh my gosh, I feel like a proper YouTuber now. To this video. It really helps me out in the algorithm. And other than that, I hope you have a fantastic day and I'll see you next time. Bye.